This morning, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo was in North Korea, where he could meet with Kim Jong Un. He landed in Pyongyang overnight for the first time since President Trump met Kim at a summit in Singapore last month. Pompeo said he's looking to fill in some details on North Korea's commitment to denuclearize. CBS News senior national security contributor Michael Morell was deputy director and acting director of the CIA. Good morning, Mike. How are you?
Good morning. Great to be with you guys.
So the North has continued to update its nuclear program even after the meeting that President Trump had with Kim. What is a reasonable expectation for the outcome of this meeting?
There are three things, Alex, that has to happen. One is North Korea has to make a declaration of its nuclear capabilities, numbers of weapons, where they are, how much fissile material they have, where those production facilities are, who the scientists are, how many there are, a complete and truthful declaration. Then there has to be a negotiation for how they dismantle all of that and what we give in return, right? And at what timetable both of those things happen. And then the last piece is, how do you verify going forward that they live up to their agreement and don't start cheating, right? Three pieces. I would hope that the Secretary would come back with that understanding on both sides, that that's what has to happen here, and a specific timetable for the declaration. When are they going to hand us that piece of paper? I would hope it's 2 or 3 months from now.
So as you mentioned, we still don't have an accounting of what North Korea has. The Defense Intelligence Agency came out with an assessment saying that Kim has no plans of denuclearization. So what does progress look like in that scenario?
So I think the Defense Intelligence Agency's assessment is just that. I don't think it's based on any hard reporting. It's what they think. It's based on history. Right? Most North Korea analysts believe that Kim will not give up his entire program. There are a handful of North Korean analysts who believe that maybe we are in a different spot now. Maybe he has changed. Maybe he is willing to give them up, right? So what Secretary Pompeo is doing here is really testing that. And the declaration will be the first test, right? The declaration, if it's complete and truthful, we'll have an indication that maybe he is serious. If he lies in the declaration,
and we'll know if he's lying,
we have a pretty good understanding of what he has, including some things that he's never acknowledged to the international community before. So if that declaration
does
is
he
not
know
truthful,
that we know how much he hasn't told us?
We don't know, right? We don't know. But this will be a real test of whether he is serious or not.
Mike, we're getting leaks out of the government suggesting that the North Koreans aren't changing here. Why are those leaks coming out? What's going on in the government about this?
So I would imagine that there is some concern among officials, particularly on the policy side, that the president will only negotiate on what Kim and the North Koreans have before acknowledged to the International Atomic Energy Agency, right? Acknowledged to the international community. What these leaks, I think, are trying to do is say, there's a bigger program here, make sure you cover it all, and trying to box the president in a little bit.
Let me ask you something. As former acting director of the CIA, the president was speaking in Montana yesterday. He was mocking his critics for saying that President Putin is KGB and this and that. You know what? Putin is fine. What is your reaction to that?
Vladimir Putin is a trained intelligence officer. He is trained to spot the vulnerabilities in individuals and then take advantage of those vulnerabilities, right? My view is he has done that with President Trump since day one.
There is going to be a lot of attention paid to the upcoming meeting between Vladimir Putin and President Trump,
including their one-on-one. Mike Morell, thank you.
Welcome.